All right, so I'll be handing over to Kimberly now, while she take us in the opening remarks and introducing us to know today's topic and the guests. Thank you so much. I'll be handing over to Kimberly from Kenya to take it up from here. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
So I'm Kimberly from Kenya, and I'll be taking us through the introductory part, and I'll tell us about the program. The execution room is a place that is specially open for thought leaders around the world like you to get insight and sustainable values from different sectors, key players. In this room, you'll be able to transform your raw material to gold, idea to execution, activity to sustainable value, and thoughts to measurable success. The program is commencing today, Thursday the 21st to Sunday, 24th of October 2021. In this room, we'll have several benefits: certificate of participation, wide insight to the conventional mode of operation, networking with key industry players, and business plan. Throughout the execution period, and the first topic will be power of collaboration and funding. The second topic will be winning strategies for international opportunities, grants, scholarships, and any other. The third one will be how to attract investors. To fund your project and business. Who is the founder of Founder Initiative Africa, is an entrepreneur, speaker, and community builder. In our today's topic, we'll be discussing about the power of collaboration. Yeah, so I'll let the guest take over. Mr. Dominic, kindly take for the podcast.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Good evening. If you can hear me, indicate in the chat box that you can hear me. If you can't, please also indicate.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, in order for us to actually hear each other, or in order for everybody to hear me, please, anybody that is unmuted, please mute your mic so that every other person hear clearly. So I think we have, okay, I think everything is cool now. So, yeah, my name is Dominic, and fortunately, I'm the founder of the Founders Initiative Africa. So, generally, what I do is to make sure that I find ways for more people to become more successful, or more productive or progressive in the society, in any business I'm building, or in any organization I'm in. My goal most especially is to find suitable ways for people to succeed. Right. So for me, talking about collaboration and funding is more like telling you something that I've benefited from, in life as an entrepreneur and as a person, not just as a business person, even my personal life. So somebody like me, when it comes to events like this, I don't usually have slides. I don't do slides because I like my conversations to be more interactive. So you will not see any slides today, unfortunately. But I hope everybody gets to follow along, ask questions, and get the best out of today's event. So I don't know if there's any other thing I will need to touch, because if there's any other thing you need to say, please, so that we would start my own session. Okay, so I think in the absence of anything, I will just start right away. So generally, there are a lot of definitions of collaboration, But I like to define collaboration. Please, if you're not muted, please mute your mic. I don't want it to. Besides, this event is actually recorded, so you wouldn't want the noise to be that bad. Emmanuel, please, can you mute your mic?
All right.
Please mute your mic because there's a lot of noise coming from your background. Yeah, thank you very much. So, like I said, I think this event is actually recorded, so you wouldn't want a situation where there's too much noise. Right. So, like I said, there are a lot of definitions of collaboration online. There are a lot of them that people, see collaboration as. You get, and I'm not going to go into that definition. At this point in time, we would have heard about it more often than not in our own environment, as business people, as individuals, as students, and whatever we have engaged ourselves in. We'll definitely hear of the word collaboration. And for me, what I see collaboration as is an opportunity for people to work together on mutual benefit. The opportunity for people to work together on mutual benefits. Now, when I say work together, I'm not specific about business alone. I'm generalizing it on, as a person, as a human being and another human being. Collaboration not just happens in business, but also in your personal life. And it is crucial. It's a crucial tool in being successful. I don't think there's any successful person existing on this planet that did not at one point in time, or even up to this moment, collaborate. And like I said, in the definition, you will notice that there's a key word there, which is mutual benefit. Easiest, the clearer form of collaboration. In a clearer form of collaboration, there must be mutuality. What I mean by this is both parties in that collaboration needs to have something to gain from it. Now, a lot of people see this as being selfish, but the truth is, without mutuality, there's no relationship. I'll give an example with a home, a father, a mother, and the children. Now, whether we like it or not, every party in this family is gaining something from one person. It's not generally people just staying together and just living like that without any benefit from anybody. And they live happily. So there's no selfishness in mutuality. It is just you getting what you want and giving somebody what he wants in return. Just like buying something with another currency. But the currency here might not be money. The currency here might not be physical cash or virtual cash. The currency here is another kind of value. So when you're approaching collaboration in any endeavor, you have to understand that you must be valuable to that relationship before you can take on that collaboration opportunity. You must be valuable in the sense that when you are collaborating with somebody and somebody does not see any form or any way that this opportunity of bringing both of you together will be useful to the person will walk away. And the person is not, the person has no blame. It's usually normal. All right. So in 21st century, and mostly in this 2020 and 2021, the collaboration has become a very key tool in success because of the limitations of interpersonal meetings or interpersonal events, and all of those things. I've been a little limited in this recent time because of first the coronavirus, and getting back together is not actually coming anytime soon. So collaboration has become very important because more people are looking for new markets, more people are looking to connect to new environments, and because of the introduction of internet, the whole world has become a global village where everybody can just meet with each other at any point in time. So collaboration has become very, very key. You understand? So I don't know if you're following me, please indicate in the chat box that you're following me. So I will know that everybody is following me up to this point. If you are not, please also indicate that you are not following me so that I will at least go through some of the key things I've said so far. So yes, Kelvin has a question. His hand is up. Please, Kelvin, you can leave your message in the chat box. I think I can take it from there. Or that's your hand is to indicate that you are following. I think I can go ahead. Right. Taramola is following. I think I can go ahead. So, how do you do collaboration in today's generation? Yeah. Okay, Kevin said it's an indication that it's following. Great. So how do you collaborate in the 21st century or with considering the situation of things? First, before you go into collaboration, I need you to understand that the business environment has become very dynamic. And when I mean very dynamic, I mean dynamic in a short space of time. Too many things are changing too fast. And so if you want to do collaboration, I want you to understand that whatever I'm telling you today form the basis upon which collaboration is built. The technique you use or the kind of methods you use is totally up to you based on your reasons for collaboration. So there are a lot of areas where you can collaborate. You can collaborate when you want to do events. You can collaborate, just like what Founders Initiative Africa and the Campus Leaders Africa is doing for this event. It's a collaboration between two organizations, right? One. Two, it could be for a project, a personal project you actually want to work on, and you need somebody to work with to be able to achieve that particular project. It could also be a collaboration for, advertisement. There are a lot of reasons why you collaborate. Please, if you are joining, mute your mic. Thank you very much. So that this video is recorded so that it doesn't affect the video. Right. So any of these reasons that you're collaborating, it's okay, it's very fine. But what you do in order to collaborate is what is going to be different. So one of the key things, like I mentioned in the beginning, for every collaboration is mutuality. You have to first of all check what that person is going to offer to you and what you are going to offer to the person. That's number one. Two, you have to understand the responsibilities required for that collaboration to exist. I'll give an example. Sometimes a couple of months ago, I stopped working with the African Chamber of Digital Commerce. It's an African, African organization based in Minnesota, USA. And one of the reasons was the collaboration between myself and the organization was counterproductive. Reason being that initial understanding of that relationship changed. And so since the initial relationship changed, I had to, walk away. Now, this same thing could happen in any collaboration opportunity that you are working on. For example, if probably at the last minute, the basis upon which the Founders Initiative Africa and the Campus Leaders Africa, had an issue. Just imagine that the basis upon which that collaboration was built had an issue. You understand that collaboration would have led, that break would have led to maybe something to happen to this event. You understand? So in order for you to avoid these things later on, you have to, first of all, from the beginning, determine the responsibilities of each party of that collaboration before you move forward. Because if you don't, in as much as there are benefits, they need to also be responsibilities, because what responsibilities are the value that person or both parties are going to give in order for that collaboration to work. Let me give a simple example. I recently got an opportunity to give 10 free passes to the DevOps summit in Canada. So I'm supposed to, get Africans that are in the tech space. I want to participate in the summit. The summit is actually a paid summit, right? $250 is the least ticket. $950 is the highest ticket, and I was given 10 passes to give out for free. Now, let me drag you to what brought about this thing, and I will explain the reason why it is important for this conversation. I think last year, the Founders Initiative Africa did something called the 15 Startup Questions. And within that time, we were able to connect with people all over the world who had something to offer, just like I'm speaking in this event. People who had something to tell other people about being an entrepreneur. And I came across somebody called James. So James actually introduced me to another person called Keda. Kidakan is based in Canada there. You were able to speak to us on the key things you need to know as an entrepreneur, the key qualities you need to have as an entrepreneur, right? So after that, James reached out to me and was telling me that, okay, they want to franchise their organization in Africa and they're looking for people to partner with. Now, I want to tell you something. If that initial collaboration opportunity did not go smoothly, they wouldn't have looked for another one. Now, why am I telling you this? It is important to understand that be very careful not to partner with people and at the end of the day, you are not able to put in the same value you initially stated you would put in. That will affect the relationship. So what you are doing in collaboration is not just, please mute your mic so that we don't get these noises in the recording. So as I was saying, if what you are doing with collaboration is not just about that particular event or that particular project you are working on, what you are doing is building a relationship that will next time it would not require any formal collaboration agreement to work together. Initially, when you start working, it's always about professional stuff. You are always professional. You're always telling them, okay, I'm coming with this. This is your letter, and this is all this, this is all that. And at the end of the day, everything is just formal. But with the right collaboration, you'll find out that it turns into a business relationship or even a personal relationship. And that is why you cannot eliminate that as part of your plan as an entrepreneur. Moving forward, you cannot, generally as human beings, we can achieve all we want to achieve on our own. We need people. And the moment we decide to work with another person, it is collaboration. It doesn't matter if you are paying the person for it or not. The payment you are giving the person is the value you are offering. The work the person is giving is his own value is offering. So that mutuality, both of you are gaining something from it. So employer-employer relationship is collaboration. Friend-to-friend relationship is collaboration. Business partner to business partner relationship is collaboration. Clients to the service offering company is collaboration. The difference is what? The basis upon which you are collaborating. I don't know if this is clear with everybody. And there are a lot of people unmuting their mic and it's causing noise. So please, if you followed me up to this point, if you followed me up to this point, please indicate that you are following. I think Emmanuel, you have the ability to mute people, so please do mute others so that, okay, please you can mute others by yourself. You have that capacity. Yeah, very good. So thank you. So if you are following, please indicate in the chat that you are following, and I'm moving on. Right. So we've gotten to the point where we explained what collaboration is, the different techniques or different methods or ways that collaboration occurs, right? And in the office, employee and employer, in things like these, two organizations coming together to actually achieve a specific result. The most important thing about collaboration is mutuality. I'm saying this is like the fifth time I've said it. I need you to understand this because disappointment in a collaboration occur. You get it occurs because generally in the dynamic business environment, the business needs change. And if business needs change, some of these collaborations will also change. You get. So in order for you not to have those kind of issues in the future, you have to understand that mutuality has to be there. So if probably I'm collaborating with you on something, and at the end of the day, I don't see that collaboration being favorable to me again, it therefore means that the value being offered is no longer, or the value claimed to being offered is no longer valuable to me. And so I'm going to walk away from that collaboration opportunity, which is normal. You get. So before you go to collaborate with one person, these are key things you need to understand. One, the person's value or the company's core value. Do you get? I want to give a simple example. Sometime last year, I and a friend, did an event called 50 Mites Awards. It was an event in Northeast Nigeria. People like the governor or governor's wife, the first lady of Benue State, and all these people, they were part of the event and all that. Now, after the event, we went to see an awardee who was not able to make it to the event. And when we went to see the awardee, we are talking about something, and he was talking about integrity. Integrity as something that motivates him to work with somebody or motivates him to have a relationship with somebody in a business environment. And there was an award he kept on his table or at the back of his chair, not on his table. All his awards on his table, his office table or on the wall. But that particular award was kept facing the wall. Now, what he told us was that particular award was given to him by somebody who is in relationship with people, or who has given those kind of awards to people who don't qualify, whose public image does not qualify to accept such awards. So you see that the values that person has placed on that item is equal to the value he has placed on that individual. And so since the core values are not matching, do you understand? That whatever he has received or whatever he has done with that person has become null and void. What this means is that if there's no synergy in your core values in collaboration, it won't work. Which is the first thing, not what you are offering. The first thing is the values of that particular company. Do they align with yours? It doesn't have to be all the core values. You just need to have one or two core values that align with yours or align with your organization before you can partner with them. I will tell you the reason why. In some partnerships or in some collaboration, it's just not two people. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you get? And if that is the case, when you want to partner with somebody else, he will also want to find out the kind of people you are partnering with. And if he finds out within those group of people you are partnering with that there are people there that doesn't agree with his or her core values, he will walk away too. Which means that you have to have done your due diligence to understand the people who you are going to partner with has to agree with your core values or the core values of people you plan to partner with or you plan to collaborate with. So understanding the personal core value or the core value of the organization that you are going to partner with is very important in collaboration, because it is what binds two people together. It's what builds future relationships after that time. So that is number one, the core values. Then secondly is the benefits. Why should I be collaborating with you? Why should I even join what you are doing in the first place? That is one thing. So I have to have that clearly. You have to put that down clearly. These things are not things you just say. These things are things you actually, put that down somewhere and tell this person that, okay, this is what you are getting, and you are seeing to it that the person is getting this thing. Now, I want you to understand that not every collaboration is money driven. Some are actually value driven. When I mean value, I don't mean cash. I mean other kinds of value, emotional value or empirical value. They are value driven. Not all awards are money driven. So when you are looking for value driven collaborations, you find that those guys that don't care about the money. What they care about is value. What value you are giving to their company. It could be you are sharing their information on your platform, and your platform has about 1 million users. And that is value they could get. If they have not advertised to 1 million people in their existence, it's an opportunity for them. So that is it. Now I've said something about core values. The second is the benefits working together. Now the third is roles and responsibilities. I mentioned that earlier on. Each person needs to know what he's giving to that relationship clearly, not vague. Don't make it too vague. Make it too specific that it can be understood by a child. The understanding has to be very clear. So because these are contract, it's a form of a contract. And if contracts are not understood, nobody, everything will just be working on assumption. Because eventually, if something goes wrong, there will be difficulty in conflict resolution. Right. Yes. So that is about 3 key things you need to take note of when you are looking forward to doing a collaboration. Right. So I don't know at this point if you have any question before I move forward. If you have any question, please indicate that you have a question so that I could answer those questions about what I've said so far. Then I'll move forward. I know everybody is tired. The day is almost over. Right. So, but let me have your questions so far before I continue, because we still have something to talk about funding, and it is one part of this conversation I know a lot of people are waiting for. A lot of people are waiting for the funding part, because that's where we are looking for money. Right. So let's see how this goes. No question? Is there any question? Okay. In the absence of any question, I will move ahead. So how do you get started with collaboration? How do you get started? We've talked about the key things you need to take note of, but how do you get started in the first place? So one of it is research. You get started by doing what? Research. What are you researching about? You're researching about people who, one, meet with the core values of yourself or your company. Two, you're looking for people who are looking for the kind of benefit you have to offer. Three, you are looking for people who are giving you, who will be able to offer those roles or be able to take care of those responsibilities that you are willing to, that you are giving to the person in exchange for your own, your own value too. So you need to know all these things. That means you have to first of all know how to do research, which is key. Do you understand? And look at a simple example with co-founders. I don't know if you've heard of Co-Founder Lab before. Co-Founder Lab is a tool that helps you to get co-founders for your company. And Co-Founder Lab is a very good research tool for finding co-founders. So I use LinkedIn as an example. Even on LinkedIn, when you go to job advertisements that are there, you see people who are looking for co-founders. Emmanuel, please help us out. Help us out. Anybody whose mic is is active, you could help on mute. So you could see on LinkedIn too. You can mute. You can check co-founders and all that. So these are research tools you can use. You can use research tools to do some of all these things. And the collaboration approach I'm coming from is far different from the collaboration of maybe team collaboration, because collaboration is a little much. It's a big thing. It depends on the perspective you are looking at. So from the perspective I'm looking at it from the perspective of working with other people, building a network for yourself, right? So collaboration and networking can be interrelated, right? So research is number one. When you've done your research, you've known the kind of people that you want to partner with. The next thing is reaching out. Now, I want you to understand one clear thing. You've heard this thing more often than not. Like virtually everywhere online, you hear people talk about, oh, I've been told no a couple of times, and finally a yes came. Those things are common. They must happen. It's not everybody you go and meet that you want to partner with that will partner with you. In fact, funny enough, in the 15 startup questions we did last year, I personally reached out to a whole lot of people all over the world. And a lot accepted. A lot did not accept. Now, most of them that did not accept made it very clear the reasons why they did not accept. Some of them we are not looking to speak to people within the ecosystem that I'm coming from. Some of them did not buy into the benefits I was offering. Some of them, so all these kind of things that can hinder your collaboration. And that is why it is good to do research from the beginning. I learned I've learned so much, because 80% of the work I do in the many organization I've been working on so far for all this while. Is this noise that's not helping? Emmanuel, your mic is actually on, and the noise is coming from there. So yeah, thank you very much. So I've learned a lot about these things, because 80% of the work I do is not with people within my location. For example, in Nigeria, I'm in Taraba State. And Emmanuel here is not in Taraba State. 80% of the clients I work with in my tech company are not from Taraba. In fact, they are not from Nigeria. You get, and those that are in Nigeria are not even from, the 20% from Nigeria are not even from this region of the country. So you see that this collaboration thing, or this online thing, or this way of connecting with more people has been a very crucial tool in my growth as a person. And so I've understood so much, I've learned so much, I've made a lot of mistakes in this, in all these things, and it has taught me so much. And that is why I'm laying all of those things down here to you, so that you understand and don't make them as I have made them. You get? So I need you to understand that you will be told no, you'll be told yes. No matter how you look at it, all these things must happen. It is what you do with the no's and what you do with the yeses that that matters. And for me, no is not telling you that we cannot collaborate ever again. No, it is that for this particular thing you want to do, I don't see a way for us to collaborate. And that is why I'm not doing that. So always find a way to still keep those people within your connection. You get? So I don't know if there's any other question. Anybody has any question? Because I want to actually get done with this collaboration thing, because funding is a whole big picture that I know that a lot of people want to hear, right? And I've talked a little about this in the last event I did some days back for the startup ecosystem in Kenya. So I think that conversation is going to be like an extension of that, because I talked about a whole lot of things, but this one we're going to just focus on one aspect. So if you don't have any question, I think I'll just move ahead to funding. Okay, thank you, Isaac. Isaac is following. If there's any question, also ask. There are none. I think. Yes. So before we move ahead, I want to ask a simple question just to get everybody, on track. If you are to choose to collaborate with Campus Leaders Africa, in what project, or what do you think Campus Leaders Africa can do for you, in your project, on your assignments, or whatever it is that you're doing? What do you think you would want to partner with Campus Leaders Africa, now or in the future? You can leave that in the comment section. I think Campus Leaders Africa, they are here and they are watching. So you can leave that in the comment section, indicating what areas you think you could collaborate with the Campus Leaders Africa. And please leave that. That's something I would want you guys to talk about in the chat. So moving on, funding. Funding is a very funny topic. Wow. Kevin Chooks said advertisement. Okay. Funding is a very funny topic, and it's a very important one as well, because getting it wrong eliminates your chances of actually attracting funds. Eliminate it entirely, getting the idea behind funding wrong. Now, funding is an aftermath of knowledge. I said this in that event. I said, without knowledge and understanding of how what you are doing is working and is going to work in the future, there is no way you are going to attract any funding. There's no way you're going to attract any funding if you don't understand what you are doing as a business person, or in any project you plan to attract funding for. You won't be able to attract it. Do you understand? Before you can think of funding, you must be very, very knowledgeable about, one, your industry, your business model, right? Your industry, your business model, your team, your solution. Now you'll be wondering, I mentioned business model and I mentioned solution. Don't worry, I will tackle all of them. Your industry, your business model, your team, your solution, and the problem. Now, if I'm an investor, or I'm somebody who is coming to give you money for something, I need to know my money. If it's not equity based, for example, if it's a grant that I know I'm not going to come and ask you for money, I need to know that this money is going into the right place for the right reasons. So I need to understand that you know exactly what you are doing. Do you understand? Look at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, for example. Personally, I'm an alumni of the Tony Elumelu Foundation. I'm part of their program. I was part of their program in 2017, right? And my starting point from understanding true entrepreneurship was from there. Now, I took whatever learning we are doing there, too serious that I couldn't just, it couldn't just be a one-time thing for me. It was something I was planning to do for a long time. So it's as if that was what drove me to even starting out the Founders Initiative Africa. Some of the knowledge I got from there, I found out that a lot of people don't have those opportunities to be selected for such programs. And if you're not selected for such programs, you might not be able to get the full understanding from what we learned during the program. You get, so these things motivated me to push what I'm doing with the Founders Initiative Africa right now. So I mentioned industry, knowledge about the industry, business model, team, solution, and the problem. Why do you need to know these things? These things are the key things you need to grow your business. For example, if you understand your industry, the industry your business is doing, is working, the industry you're running your business, you understand the challenges that come with running business in those industries. For example, manufacturing. Manufacturing companies are not companies you find anywhere anyhow. One of the key things I've found out and I've figured out over the years about manufacturing companies is they are in areas where there's easy access to raw materials. Without that, they can't put their manufacturing company in a place where it will take them higher amount of money to attract raw materials. You find out that is not a good business strategy. And if somebody like that is looking for investment, he might not get external investment because they might not want to, he's spending too much. And how long will he be able to get back the money he's spending? Do you understand? Another thing is the business model. Business model is how you make money. How do you make money as a business? Is it sustainable? Is it adjustable? Because when you're working with people who are giving you funding, and depending on the kind of funding you're attracting, if it is equity-based, you might also get, when you're getting equity-based funding, you always, okay, I think first of all, let me explain what these types of fundings are so that we don't get confused with all the English I'm speaking since, right? So there are actually three types I would mention. One of it is equity-based funding. The second one is debt funding, and the third one is the normal grants that we know, which is not equity-based or debt-based. Equity, debt, and the final one, which is grants or personal savings, which and all of that. So debt equity-based funding is when you get money in exchange for a share in the company. So if you attract money into your company, you give them shares. When you do that, they earn money from your company for as long as they decide to keep their shares. So the day they sell their shares, they stop earning money from your company. Why debt funding is somebody giving you money as a loan, and you are paying with interest over a period of time. That is debt funding. Then there's grants, which is just giving you money to run your project. It's mostly given by NGOs. So I don't know. This is just a simple explanation for what these types of funding are. Right? So before you can attract any form of funding, that's why I said you have to have the knowledge of all these things before you can attract any of these forms of funding. So what's the so your business model, which is how you make money. How let's look at referral as a business model. Referral is you make money from somebody bringing in a client for you. So let's look at Jumia as an example. They make money from sales. They make money from their JForce, which is their referral system. They now have a payment gateway called Jumia Pay. They make money from transaction charges and a whole lot of things. So these are key ways that they make money. And these key ways are the things you need to understand about your business. I mean, for the present and for the future, you have to understand these changes that will happen. It is what will make investors want to put money into your business. Another thing is your team. Now, when I'm talking about team, I'm talking about the expertise of your team. If you don't understand the kind of people you need in your business or to work with or to collaborate with, you have an issue with attracting funding. Because people don't invest in businesses, they invest in people. People who will be able to manage the money that's been given to them. If you tell them that your business model is, what is the assurance that you will not go and change it in the future? So they are betting on the fact that you keep to your word. So they are investing in people. And if they don't trust your team enough, you might not get it. Now the solution, if you are part of any group on WhatsApp or on Telegram or on Facebook that is investment conversation, you'll find out that there are very specific industries they want to invest in, and there are specific kinds of solution they want to invest in. If you don't understand what your solution is, because I'll give an example with, there was a boot camp we did sometimes last year, I think August last year, we did a boot camp, and the boot camp was supposed to help you, understand your business enough to be able to attract investment. That was the essence of that boot camp. And in that boot camp, we met somebody called, what's that his name? I've forgotten. But at the initial stage, what he said was he was producing fish seedlings. And seedlings are the baby fishes, right? He was producing that, and he was looking at his solution, do you get, was making fish available to people. Now, without his existence, do you get, okay, that was his solution. Do you understand me? But what was his problem? His problem was no longer inability to access fish, but it is inability. Oh, okay. Sorry, Mikaya Woja said, what is boot camp? Okay. A simple explanation of a boot camp is a gathering of people for a specific reason. Let's look at camping, what they do in the Western world, where you have to leave your house, go to a very remote place, and you camp there together for a specific period of time for the specific reason. So it could be fun, it could be for learning purposes. So when we talk about boot camps are mostly something like that, but 80% of the time, boot camps are for learning. So it's more like a group of people coming together for a specific period of time and learning within that period. It's intensive or extensive, you can put it that way. Yeah, so I think you get that. Thank you. So moving on, his problem was no longer inability to access fish seedlings, but it was inability for people to get to eat quality fish. You see that his problem and his solution are two different things. They don't relate. It is no longer, so imagine that his solution was supposed to be providing quality fish. So the way he runs his business is in such a way that it produces quality fish seedlings. Quality in the sense that they have the required nutrients every fish seedling should have. I don't know if you get the point now. So you see that the solution and the problem, the understanding is key, even to your business growth, aside from it. And I mentioned something in my, in the last event. I said that if you are not knowledgeable enough, money will be wasted. If I give you money, you will waste it. There are a lot of people that you give them 10 million naira. Please mute your mic. There are people that you might give them naira today because of they don't understand how to run their business successfully. It will go to waste. I know a lot of people that participated in You Win when You Win was existing, and the least I think people earned from You Win was 8 million naira. And today those businesses are not existing. Are not existing because of this problem of knowledge. So when you're attracting funding, please, first of all, understand your business to a point where you can always articulate your business to a layman. You can always tell a layman, this is what I'm trying to do. This is the problem people are facing, and this is what I'm trying to do. And this is how I plan to do it. And this is where I'm planning to make money. Investors are constantly looking for that opportunity. So an investor may not be in your industry, but be willing to invest in your industry. And how does he know what you are trying to do? It is if you can explain it to a layman. He is a layman in your own industry. So understanding these things are key. Do you understand? So how do you get funding? How do you get funding? Now, there are stages of funding. If you come online, on LinkedIn, a lot of people will say, okay, this social company received pre-seed, this social company received seed funding, this social company received Series A, this social company released Series B, and all those kind of things. You've heard about all of those things. They are called stages of funding, right? Now, pre-seed is usually the first stage. First stage in the sense that you already have your MVP, which is your minimum viable product, and what this means is you have a working solution. That is the meaning of MVP, a solution that is working. You understand? If it's an IT solution, if it's a software, your software is actually working, and maybe 1 or 2, 3 people have tested it. So it's actually, viable. It is viable in the sense that it can produce money. You have it, and you've tested, and you've gotten something small out of it. People have started using it at the initial stage. So any money you attract in that stage is your pre-seed. And usually pre-seed is usually, gotten from accelerator programs. No, not accelerator, incubation programs, sorry. I hope you are taking some of these things down so that you know some of the things to focus on from now on. Most of the pre-seed funding is gotten from incubation programs. So I would advise that you join the FIA community because we share a lot of opportunities like this. So probably at the end of the event, I will share a link to the community group so that you can join it, right? So incubation opportunities are plenty. There are enough of them. And what incubation normally does is they get you with an idea, they help you fine-tune it and fine-tune your MVP and give you money to support it, right? So that happens. That's incubation. So that's pre-seed. Now, when you come to seed, is when you've actually attracted pre-seed before, right? Please mute your mic. If you have attracted pre-seed funding, and probably you want to also, improve on the solution, adding new technologies or entering new markets, you can get seed, right? Moving on to Series A. Series A is after you've collected seed funding and you want Series A. So probably seed or Series A are usually gotten from accelerator programs. Now there's a difference between incubation and accelerator program. The difference between the two of them is incubation, just like it's a baby business. Accelerator is a scaling business. Business are okay, I've seen, okay, they are growth, they are ready for growth as a business. So you can go for accelerator programs. These are ways that you can get funding from each group of people. You can also get funding from venture capitalists or investors or angel investors. These are also ways you can get funding. And venture capitalists are firms that give money to people for equity, mostly. Some give debt financing, some of them don't. Most of them give equity-based financing. And venture capitalist platforms are existing, a lot of them in the world you can benefit from. You can always reach out to them. Now, before you go and reach out to a venture platform or a venture capitalist firm, you have to understand the industry they invest in and the other companies they've invested in before. It gives you a better understanding on if you are kind of business they would want to invest in. So that is important. Also, for investors, it's the same thing. You have to understand the kind of businesses they invest in. You get. So I think this covers most of the key things you want to know about funding, especially at this stage. At the early stage, where you are focused on how your business can attract pre-seed. So you have to first of all understand your business model, your team, your solutions, the problem, the industry that you are in. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any question. Please, if you do have a question, please indicate in the chat box. Indicate in the chat box if you have any question. I don't know if we are there. Hello, if you are here with me, please indicate in the chat whether you are here with me, you are still here. Are we here? It looks like everybody has gone. Okay. I'm here. Okay, everybody's actually here. Wow. I thought I was boring. Everybody became bored of my presentation. I thought I was just making everybody bored. So this is virtually some of the most accelerator programs. Kevin Chooks wants to know more about accelerator programs. I said accelerator programs are programs that are targeted towards growth stage businesses. Growth stage in the sense that they've tested their MVP, they've started building their solution has started giving them results. Now they want to improve on it. Now they want to grow, enter new markets, meaning they want to attract a new group of people. I'll give an example of the Y Combinator. Y Combinator, you can write that down somewhere. So that Y Combinator is an accelerator program. Is that helps people who have actually started doing something. When they come into the program, they help you refine tune it and put you back out there. Right? How do we assess networking in terms? How do we assess networking in terms of funding? I'm finding it very difficult to understand your question. How do we assess networking in terms of funding? Wow, please, if anybody's understanding what Blessing just said, you could clarify so that I could answer that question. Or if you want to unmute your mic, Blessing, you can unmute your mic and ask the question so that we will understand. Blessing, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So let me understand your question. I can hear you.
Okay. What I'm trying to imply is that in a situation whereby one comes from a low-income family,
yes,
and therefore want to start a business or something like that. So how is it possible to get funding?
Okay.
Funds.
Okay, that's the question, right?
You understand the question? Yes.
Yes, I understand the question. All right, okay. So let me answer a question. One of the ways you can get money is collaboration. You have low income, for example. You have little money, but you need to grow. You need to have an idea you want to build. You can connect with other people who are willing to put in some sort of effort or money to make sure that comes into reality. Or so the kind of people you are getting on board for this particular thing is not just people who will give you money, also people who will give you effort. I'll give an example. I think around June or around May, we at my tech company we partnered with a venture platform. Will I say a venture platform? It's a combination of a whole lot of things. They're based in Dubai. Now they give money to people. One, they also give expertise to people as an investment. They also give access to network or access to market as an investment. I don't know if you understand. So for somebody who is from a low income family or who doesn't have enough money, one of the ways you can get access to funds is in collaboration. So I meet this person, I tell this person, this is my idea, you have money, give me, I'll produce X amount of money to you. Debt financing. You can loan money. Now, with a good spread, you can pay for a longer period of time, depending on who you are going to meet. Another way you could do it is to do what? Is to apply for accelerator or incubation programs. Incubation programs that help you fine-tune your idea, produce your idea, and then give you money to push it out there. There are a lot of them out there. You understand? It is not compulsory that incubation programs are mostly for businesses who are already existing. Sometimes are for business at the idea stage. Yeah, I will elaborate on the incubation programs, Victor, and let me just finish our question. So another way you can get money is grants. Tony Elumelu Foundation grant, for example. You can get money from that. Before now, I think AYE was also doing the same thing. African Youth Entrepreneurs, they were also doing the same thing. There are also grants all over the world. Like I said, if you join the Founders Initiative Africa Community Group, some of all these things we share it mostly. Right? So I don't know if this answered your question. If it did, please indicate that it answered your question. If not, I'll still touch on that before I go to Victor.
Okay, sir.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So let me go to Victor. Victor said that I should elaborate on incubation programs. Incubation, like I said, is, as the meaning, children. You incubate children who are not strong enough, or who are not, you incubate children that need some sort of pampering to become complete. You understand? That's the same thing in the business industry. Your business is like your child, right? And when you are incubating it, you are nurturing that business with the help of an incubator. So the incubator is providing the resources that child needs to grow. So the necessary resources that you will need for your business to kickstart, the incubation program provides it. There are a lot of incubation programs out there. You can search about it and find out more about it. But what it does is it allows you to leverage the resources that they have to build your idea. That is what it does, to be able to build your idea. So that is what you need to know about that one. So I don't know. I think that's supposed to answer your question, Victor. Victor, if it did answer your question, please indicate. Else, is there any other question you would want to ask? I know we didn't touch everything on funding because virtually we cannot touch everything on funding today. You understand? But we can always connect. I'm online. I'm on virtually all the social media platforms with the same name, Dominic Orowua. You can check that on any platform that you're active on. I'm there. So probably we could always continue these conversations, and probably I might look into talking about a series of, around investments, maybe even working with other people who are investors themselves. Probably the Finance Initiative Africa can decide to do events on, on funding and all of those things. So probably those things can happen. So just be part of the community. It is that is where collaboration itself can even come in. So you have gotten an expo now about collaboration. And in order for you to get easy access to collaboration, you need to be part of different communities that are in line with what you want to do, or in line with what you are doing. You need to be part of them as much as you can. Because at the end of the day, no man is an island. No single person has monopoly of ideas, monopoly of resources. You understand? There are always people they need. Everybody needs somebody. So be part of them. You can also collaborate. You can get collaboration opportunities, funding opportunities, and all that from there. Right. So I think at this stage, I've come to the end of what I want to say today. And I know probably we'll continue to hear things about this in the future. So I'm going to, I'm going to give the mic back to, virtual mic back to Emmanuel. Thank you. I don't think I can hear you. Are you there? Emmanuel, you're on mute. Unmute your mic.
Please, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I guess it's the earpiece I was using. Okay, so thank you for the session, Mr. Dominic. We really appreciate your time with us tonight, and I'm sure that our audience also got one or two things from the session tonight. All right, so very quickly, tomorrow's session will be by 4 p.m. Nigerian time, and it's winning strategies for international opportunities for those of us who are planning to travel out on scholarships and all of that. Please don't miss tomorrow's session. And it's going to be by Julie Obi, the president of African Change Makers Initiative. So we really want to see you all around. Today is the first day, and I'm sure that your time here is not a waste. So tomorrow we'll be looking forward to seeing you and many others from 6 other countries. Thank you so much. If you have any question, please drop in the chat box or write to our mail, campusleadersforum@gmail.com. So we'll be looking forward to hearing from you, our WhatsApp group. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's session. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow by 4 p.m. Thank you so much for attending.